Welcome to Symbols and Secrets, the viewer's guide to The Lost Symbol by Dan Brown. We're just a little bit over a week away, a week and a day away from the release of the new show on the Peacock streaming platform by NBC. Last week, I reviewed the trailer that was released, but that was actually the second trailer. I didn't review the first trailer in the same way, and I got some email about that. Thank you. Good point. And let's go ahead and do it. I should say first, make sure you like and subscribe the video. You can not only subscribe to the YouTube channel and get the updates, but also you can subscribe to the vlog itself. There's a link to subscribe. You'll actually get the videos delivered right to your inbox. And as always, if you have questions, podcast@scottishrite.org. Right now, I am actually in the House of the Temple, in the Temple Room. And this is our grand ceremonial space, which we do know will be featured, not this exact room, but a set that will look something like this is going to be featured in the show, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But I do want to point out one little bit of Dan Brown trivia before we get into this trailer, and that's this organ right here. This is the grand pipe organ here at the House of the Temple. Dan Brown himself has played that organ because he's a very talented musician, and when he came here, he's been here a bunch of times, obviously. He actually played that organ. Here's what we're going to do. I have got my trusty iPad. We're going to watch the trailer once all the way through, and then after we watch it all the way through, we'll kind of go start and stop and check out some of the Masonic images, or allegedly Masonic images, hidden inside that trailer. Here we go.
When it comes to symbols of the past, there are still a lot of people who ascribe extranatural powers to symbols. Sign of the cross, number 13. Luck symbols, bad luck symbols. At what point, though, do benign symbols become malignant?
You're one of the sharpest students I've ever had. Raw intellect can only take you so far.
Peter, I knew this was going to be life-threatening. I would have just gone to the library.
Professor Langdon?
I was expecting Peter.
He asked me to let you know about an urgent situation.
Hello?
You will solve the great mystery. Peter will point the way.
That's Peter's ring.
As above, so below. Catherine, something's happened. It's your dad. He's been taken. I don't know exactly what's going on.
I teach symbology. I expect you'll find the sun, a lantern, and a key. The hand of the mysteries.
Did this person say what he wants?
He wants me to locate an ancient portal buried within the capital and unlock it. How's your Latin?
Not as good as my Arabic.
Did you happen to put that key back?
You mean this? No one told me to put it back.
You didn't think it was going to be that easy, did you?
There's a purpose to everything he's done.
The world wants to be deceived. So let it be deceived.
Okay, so let's go back and take a look at a few things here. First and foremost is this image on the chalkboard. The symbols on that board are not specifically Masonic. I mean, we see a crescent moon in the upper left. We also see what looks to be a right side up pentagram, not an upside down one. And there's a bunch of other things on there. Some of those could be what are called Masonic maker's marks. So when Masons, not Freemasons, but stonemasons, build things, often they will sign their work in the same way that an artist signs their work, and they will do so by use of a maker's mark. And we'll talk a little bit more about maker's marks later on. But and I'm not even saying that that's what those are. Those are just, kind of random characters. They could be virtually anything. So quasi-Masonic, maybe. I'm not saying they are Masonic, but they certainly could be used by stonemasons. All right, let's check out the next one. Don't you love how the girls in the video all stare up at Professor Langdon like he's the dreamiest guy in the whole wide world? I bet you there's not one Harvard professor who gets looked at the way that they look at Robert Langdon. But at any rate, let's stop right here at the 14 mark. We see this an image of a snake with some letters around it, and those are actually the colonies. And this was not a symbol. This is a political cartoon. Originally it was Join or Die, drawn by Benjamin Franklin. And the NE, if you're wondering which colony is NE, he just put all of New England as NE, as kind of one thing. In 1754, Franklin did this cartoon as a way to get the colonists to support Great Britain in the 7 Years' War between Great Britain and France. Years later, just prior to the American Revolution, he would change Join or Die into Unite or Die, again admonishing the colonists to unite together, to band together to fight Great Britain. So this is not a Masonic symbol at all. It's considered to be one of the first viral images, believe it or not. This was really effective at sort of rallying people to get together at the time. And this actually is a political cartoon drawn by a Freemason, but not a Masonic symbol. Okay, in our next scene, we are in Peter Solomon's office, which I'm guessing is supposed to be here in the House of the Temple. Looking at the portraiture, that's where we're going to see a few things here in Peter Solomon's office. I believe that's Isaac Newton. Once they put the powdered wigs on, it's tough to say. Newton was indeed a Freemason. If you think it's somebody else, email me, podcast@scottishRite.org. And the other one is Albert Pike. Definitely know that that's Pike. I've seen the original of that portrait. In fact, it's in this building. Albert Pike was an important figure in Scottish Rite Freemasonry that we're definitely going to get into a little bit later on. This symbol was in trailer number 2, and again, we're watching trailer 1 now. And there was, it looked like a crime scene. I don't know exactly what was going on in that scene because, you know, it was just a trailer. And there's this specially drawn symbol here. That is not a Masonic symbol that I am familiar with. I am of the opinion that that particular symbol is one that has been made up as a storytelling device. So I'll run that past a few other Masonic experts, but to my eye, that is not a Masonic symbol. The next part of the trailer, we go into the basement of the Capitol, it looks like, and having read the book and looking at this, it looks like it's following the action of the book pretty closely. I don't want to give away too many spoilers. We see some of the same symbols and some of the same things we talked about in the other video with regard to trailer number 2. We see the pyramid for a glimpse, a few other things. So I don't want to get into any spoilers if we can help it. At 1:37, we get a decent shot of Malik, who is the bad guy. And if you've read the book, you know he's covered in tattoos. That's not giving away all of that much. I'm looking at the tattoos. I've looked at them at stills and things. I don't see any obvious Masonic symbols. That doesn't mean they're not there. I just don't see them. I mean, they're using a lot of darkness in these shots to make it, you know, more spooky. And I don't see any Masonic symbols that are jumping out at me in these shots. That's it for the review of the trailer. If you think there's a symbol that I missed or something you have a question about, don't hesitate to drop me a line, podcast@scottishrite.org. Would love to answer your questions. If you've got questions about Freemasonry or about Scottish Rite Freemasonry in general, be glad to answer those as well. Make sure you like and subscribe to the vlog down below. Watch all of the other videos. I'm Maynard Edwards, 32nd degree KCCH Scottish Rite Freemason, here with Symbols and Secrets.